went 11-1 in the regular season and have won their last 11 games entering postseason play. Coach, thank you for joining us this morning. Congratulations on reaching the championship game. Can we get your thoughts on the season to date and the upcoming matchup with Cincinnati, please? Oh, Coach, I think you just need to unmute you if we can.
Yeah, that usually somebody does that for me. Sorry, I don't usually know how this stuff works, but I want to thank the American Conference, and Mr. Oresco there for his leadership. This is it's a great time to be a part of the University of Houston and athletic department in general and football program. We're honored to be able to compete against such a great Cincinnati football team. What they've accomplished here in Coach Fickle's 5 years is pretty awesome, pretty special. Got that thing turned around real quick and have been a national power for the last 4 years. So just an honor to be able to compete with those guys. I wished, I'm not going to lie, I wish this was at a neutral site. They're pretty good at home. Haven't lost there in a while, but it's a big challenge. Outstanding football team, well coached. They have great senior leadership. I think they've rolled 30 plus seniors through senior day the other day. So they're good at home. It's going to be a big challenge. I mean, they're deserving of where they're currently ranked in the CFP. Probably got to be ranked higher, in my opinion, based on what they've done here over the last couple of years and the quality of football that they've played. So once again, I'm very proud of our football team. We've come a long ways here in 11 months. I would argue we've come a long ways in the last 3 years. To the point to where we've checked off one of our goals, which is to get into this conference championship game, and we will compete hard to try to win this conference championship game.
Okay, we'll get started with questions, please. We'll start with Dennis Dodd from CBS Sports, please.
Hey, Dana, congratulations. You've got extensive experience in the Group of Five and the Power Five. What is the difference, and why doesn't this game as a whole really embrace those Group of Five teams that achieve highly, like you guys have under you and Tom Herman and under at Cincinnati right now?
Well, I just think there's a pretty big division in the perception of what Power Five and Group of Five is. I was very vocal when I took the University of Houston job. My respect for the American Conference was incredibly high, and after being in this league, it remains high. There's a difference in funding. There's a difference in national coverage. There's a difference in what the CFP views as good football and not good football. I don't know how to change that. We worry about what we can control, which is line up and play to the best of our ability, to be able to recruit to the best of our ability. I just know that, I know last year, or my first year here in 2019, my first year in the American after spending, the previous 8 years in the Big 12, we played more ranked teams on that schedule than I did at any other year. I think there were 6 ranked American Conference football teams at that point. So what's the difference in my world? Not a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot. The quality of football is really good. I think the biggest difference is what the perception is with media and with the current college football playoff model.
Isn't it ironic, like in 2 years or so, you in Cincinnati are going to be anointed, Power Five from everything we hear. That's going to change just with changing conferences.
Yeah, I don't have timelines, Dennis. If you got some, if you have some information I don't have, then
2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you, I made a vow to our football team. We're not going to talk about that. We haven't discussed that one bit. I've been through this before. Remember back 2011, West Virginia was Big East, and we played Cincinnati and was lucky to get out of Cincinnati with the win on the last second blocked field goal. Cincinnati was incredibly good at that point. Butch Jones was their coach at that point, had great coaches for the last 20 years. And so, but I was a part of that last Big East group. We won the Big East that year. It was good football. We had to win at South Florida. We had to win at Cincy. We had to beat Pitt at home to get to a BCS game, which we accomplished that and won the Big East. But we transitioned into the Big 12 the next year, and it was a tough transition. But that's all recent history. But there's going to be some things that we need to do here from an administrative perspective. I've been through that and I know how to do that, but I made a vow to our football team that we're not going to talk about that. This is the 2021 University of Houston football team that is in the American Conference, and we're going to try to win every game. And we've done a good job up until this point to where we can get to a point where we're playing this game here this weekend.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you, bud.
Yep.
We'll go next to Joseph Duarte from Houston Chronicle, please.
Dana, do you expect to have Donovan Newton cleared this week, or is there anything update on where he would stand for the game?
Yeah, he's good to go. I don't think there's anything in the world that would keep him out of this game. So we'll see how things go with practice and everything. I mean, that's like it is every week. I mean, I said this after the game, we'll be 100% healthy, and I truly believe that we'll be 100% healthy.
Yeah, I'm wait a minute. Let me see if I'm.
Gotcha.
We'll take the next one from Mark Berman, please. Mark, go ahead.
Dana, you touched on it before. You touched on it just a second ago. How tough is it have to play a game like this with so much riding on it at their place?
Oh, it's no different than any other game that you got to play on the road. We've been pretty good on the road, this year. We got an older team, veteran team that knows how to travel. We got to do things a little bit different with how we travel based on this being postseason, but it's a great opportunity. We're really looking forward to being able to compete with such a great team at their place. The other 5 leagues, they all have neutral sites. I mean, I wished it was a neutral site. If that game was played here in Houston, I think they would say the same thing. You'd rather a neutral site as opposed to going and being the visiting team, especially when both teams are 8-0. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, that's the cards that we're dealt. We're good with that. We have our plan with what the schedule is this week. Our players are familiar with Cincinnati. They know how challenging it is there. They know how good they are there, but guess what? They're pretty good on the road too, right? So by the time you line up and you play, I don't know, just we can embrace that. We can go. I think our older team will be able to handle that just fine.
We'll take the next question from Sam Kahn from The Athletic, please. Sam, go ahead.
We'll be coming in about 2 minutes.
I'll turn it off.
Hey, Dana. I wanted to ask you a little bit big picture about how you built this roster. I know when you first got here, obviously you took a little bit of unconventional strategy in your first year, and there was some criticism of it. And I'm curious, as you've seen the roster develop now, do you feel validated in kind of the methods that you took?
Yeah, we had a plan coming in. I knew what some of the challenges were when I took over this program. When you're staring at a roster of 25 seniors and about 10 of them were going to graduate once their eligibility was exhausted, that's a problem. So it's just part of the big picture, whether guys redshirt, whether they don't redshirt. The goal is to exhaust eligibility with a degree. That's kind of the main point with why we do a lot of what we do. If so much is made of the fact that it's about winning games and getting kids in the NFL, whatever all that stuff is, selling tickets. One of the reasons I got into this is to help mold young men, and part of that is getting their degree and figuring out what they want to do for the rest of their life. So we've made some strides with that. Our graduation is healthy. Our academics are improving every day. And we got an older football team. COVID kind of helped that too. I don't know if we're as old as Cincinnati is. They're really experienced and really old, and I think Coach Fickle's done a great job of building a program. to the point to where they got old guys with a lot of experience, and I would assume they're all with 1 or 2 degrees at this point as well. So, we accomplished what we wanted to. Degrees are important, and being old is the only way you can win in college football.
Okay, we'll take 2 more. We'll go to James Muller from the Daily Cougar, please.
Yeah, Dana, a couple of weeks ago, you talked about before the Memphis game, how you were emphasizing to your team how it was the first time or a good opportunity for the team to go, be the second team in program history to go undefeated in conference play. And then after UConn, your players were mentioning how, they're reminded of that 2015 American title banner every day. Have you taken that similar approach, reminding them how unique this opportunity is and just, a chance to, submit this legacy even further for this 2021 team?
Yeah, part of coaching is finding ways to motivate. That's kind of part of the weekly deal. It's tough. We're excited about it, but it's tough to know you're in the game and you still got it. I mean, that's our goal is to play in the conference championship game. If you ask every one of the coaches at the beginning of the season, what's one of your main goals? Well, it's to win a conference championship, right? So you can't win that unless you're in the game. So you find small little motivational things to get your team excited about playing the next game, right? So we're already in the game. So regardless of what happened against Memphis or UConn, we're still in this game, right? That makes it hard from a motivational perspective. So finding ways to motivate them, like, yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty awesome to be 8-0, and to have a chance to host the game. It'd be pretty awesome to finish 11-1 and be in the same conversation as the 1973 and 1979 Houston teams that were 11-1. Continue to be a chance to play in our 13th game, and then our 14th game, the 2011 and 2015 teams, the 11 lost the conference championship to finish 13-1. And then the 2015 team in the American Conference won that thing and finished 13-1. So that's kind of the standard with what we want to be able to accomplish, and that's what our goals are going to be moving forward as well.
We'll take the final question from Greg Bailey from ABC 13 in Houston, please. Greg, go ahead.
Dana, you talked to us many times about the way you have built this roster with a physical style of play. How important has that been to this season, and how important will that be Saturday for you guys to match Cincinnati with their own physical style of play?
Yeah, you can't be in this game without it being physical. You can't play week in and week out, without being physical. I mean, O-line and D-line is where it's at. We pride ourselves in that. It's how we practice. It's how we recruit. It's how we practice. The weight room is important to that. Obviously Cincinnati, that's what they're known for, man. I mean, it's, Coach Fickle's done a great job of bringing that Midwest Big Ten football type style of play to Cincinnati, and they can line up and go toe to toe with anybody like they've proven over the last 3 and 4 years. So that's a big emphasis. It's how you need to play the game, regardless of where you're at. It's how you need to play the game, and I think our guys understand that, and looking forward to the challenge here on Saturday.
Coach, thanks so much for giving us a few minutes this morning. Safe travels to Cincinnati. We look forward to seeing you up there.
Okay, thank you all. Go Cougs.
All right.